The trailer for the ninth episode of the Amazing Digital Circus has been released, and it's not like the previous ones. Which of the characters of the Amazing Digital Circus will die in the ninth episode? Yes, I said perish, because the trailer for the finale leaves no illusions, no jokes, no colors, just darkness, ruins, and heroes who are literally being torn apart. Today, without much introduction, let's look at three things. What exactly was shown in the trailer, how it fits in with the latest answers from Gooseworx on her blog, and which scenario looks the most likely in Episode 9. Spoiler alert, most likely, we are not waiting for an escape but a farewell, what Gooseworx said in a blog post. A couple of weeks before the trailer was released, the author of the series gave several answers to fans' questions on her blog. Many have passed by this, but in vain. There are the keys to the finale. The first answer was about the Bubble. Fans were theorizing that Bubble would become the new entertainer or even the main villain who would pull the strings. Gooseworx replied shortly and harshly, "The Bubble was deleted along with the Caine." Quote, "The virus is removed along with the carrier. That is, there will be no Bubble uprising. Caine was gone. The Bubble was gone with him. This means that in the ninth episode, the characters are left without any system support. No hints, no NPCs, no help. Just them and the ruins." The second answer is about names. Gooseworx confirmed that she knew the real human names of all the characters from the very beginning. The fans, she says, almost guessed it, but separately. Someone guessed the name of Remember, someone else guessed the name of Ragatha. Moreover, Gooseworx specifically noted that Ragatha's name is not Agatha because it would be too easy. She had already confirmed the name of the coroner earlier, Grant, but she won't reveal the rest of the names. "Figure it out for yourself," she said. It's part of the game. This is an important hint. If the real names come up in the ninth episode, they could become a point of no return because a name is a connection with the past, with a personality, with who you were before the circus. And if the character remembers his name, he can remember everything else. And Gooseworx has said more than once that the truth in this world is destructive. The third answer is the shortest and scariest. Gooseworx was asked what she wants to tell fans before the ninth episode airs. She replied in one sentence, "This episode is going to be very difficult. Get ready. Not epic, not touching, not unexpected, heavy. This word can mean a lot. Death of a character, a complete loss of hope, the realization that there is no way out and never has been, or the moment when one of the heroes will have to make a decision that will break him." Why is everyone talking about Jax? If you look at the trailer and the official poster of the ninth episode, it becomes obvious that the finale revolves around Jax. On the poster, the characters are running through a geometric maze, and above them are the giant heads of a smiling Jax with empty eyes. Not Caine, not the king, don't remember, it was Jax. In the trailer, his silhouette is covered with static. He screams. He looks like a man who has lost his last foothold. And this is not accidental. Jax is the only character who has actively denied the idea of escape throughout the series. Don't look for a way out. Shit, we're just characters. Nothing matters. These were his mantras. He put his whole being into this lie. Because if we admit that there may be a way out, then we will have to admit that he wasted his years laughing at those who were looking for him. He didn't try in vain. Now that Caine is gone and the circus has collapsed, his lies are shattered, and he is left alone with what he has been running away from for so long, with the truth. Three versions of the ending. Based on what we know, there are three most likely scenarios for Jax and for the entire circus. The first option, disintegration. Jax can't stand the truth and begins to withdraw right in front of the others. The interference on his body in the trailer is the first sign. The process is irreversible. He disappears, creating a static zone around him, and the others can only watch. Gooseworx said that abstraction is not death, but something similar to it. In Jax's case, this may be final, and perhaps it is his ending that will become the difficult moment that she warned about. The second option, the tyranny of despair. Jax realizes that he and the others are just data, and he decides that if that's the case, then morality no longer exists. If we're not real, then I can do anything. He doesn't become a villain out of spite. He becomes one out of complete loss of orientation. He's trying to destroy everything with himself, the circus, the others, his own memories. It would be the darkest option, but also the most dramatic. The third option is redemption. The others, most likely, remember, or the king, see his real pain. Not the mask of a cynic, but what's underneath. And instead of fighting it, they show compassion. This could be the key to salvation, not to escape from the circus, but to stop the disintegration. But given Gooseworx's words about the difficult episode, someone will have to pay for this rescue. Maybe the coroner will give his mental clarity to get Jax out. Perhaps Remember will sacrifice her memories. Or maybe they'll save Jax, but they'll lose someone else. The 9th episode is not about escape. It's not about fighting a new villain. It's about facing the truth, which the characters have been denying for years. And the main question is not whether they will get out, but which of them will withstand this blow. Gooseworx said it would be hard. I think we're going to lose at least one character. Jax's, most likely. Because his arc is an arc of denial, and denial cannot last forever. Sooner or later, reality catches up, and in Jax's case, she'll catch up with him in the last act. The coroner is also at risk. He bore the blame for creating Caine. He pressed the button. Perhaps his atonement is a sacrifice. He is the only one who understands how this world works and can use his knowledge to give others a chance. Or maybe the ending will be even more brutal. No one will die, but everyone will break. They will remain in the ruins of the circus, realizing that they are copies, that there is no way out, and hope was a trap. That would be the hardest part, and probably the most correct one for this series. And finally, the biggest news that made many fans argue. The release of the 9th episode is not just a YouTube premiere. Glitch Productions organized a real theater tour. From June 4th to 7th, the last act will be shown in cinemas in the USA, Canada, Japan, and even in Mexico, and the finale will be released on YouTube and Netflix only on June 19th. And it's not just going to the movies, this is a strategic move that can change everything. Kevin, CEO of Glitch Productions, bluntly said that this is a battle with the traditional film industry. They had to arrange for the exclusive to be only 2 weeks, not a month, as the cinemas demanded. And do you know what the most interesting thing is? Fan letters to local cinemas really work. This collective voice has already helped to expand the geography of the impressions. So if you're lucky enough to live next to a movie theater where the circus will be playing, consider yourself becoming a part of history when the internet phenomenon bursts onto the big screen. In any case, on June 4th to 7th in cinemas and on June 19th on YouTube, we will see the finale, after which it will be impossible to review the pilot episode. Every joke, every smile, every stupid trick of Caine's is tinged with bitterness, because we'll know how it ended. If you want a full review immediately after the release, subscribe so you don't miss it. And write in the comments, who do you think will not live to see the end credits? And how do you feel about the theatrical screening? Like, are you ready to wait 2 weeks, or will you go to the cinema if you have the opportunity?